let's take a look at today's market recap for Tuesday, August 27th. So we had a lot of green out there and a smattering of red. The market was somewhat balanced. We went red to green. Now, let me introduce myself. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community. I have been a trader and technical analyst for the last 8.5 years. If you want to give me a follow on X at Chart Gal Lori, that would be lovely. So tomorrow we have earnings with NVDA. Huge earnings day. This will be a very watched earnings day. So today it was like the calm before the storm, because the storm will be NVIDIA earnings. I'm not saying it's going to be that's going to fall apart. I'm not saying that it's going to run up high and have no clue. If they miss at all, they could get punished because they've been running so hard. So let's look at the economic calendar. Besides the pretty important aftermarket economic events tomorrow, we have Fed member Bostic speaking and 5-year note auction, and Waller speaking, so and oil inventory. All right, let's go look at charts, our favorite thing to do. Starting with ES. So ES has a potential 2-day bull flag. It's a little bit more clear on the 2-day. NASDAQ has it's a pretty clear 2-day potential bull flag. These tiny bear breaks that aren't getting followed through on the 4-hour, that gives more validity or credibility to that potential bull flag on the higher time frame, because we're getting these tiny little breaks, but they're not getting a ton of follow through. RTY was weak, super weak today. IWM, this was one of my Queen of the Mountain trades, but it ran away from me too fast during pre-market. I wanted to get the break of 220. When you see a level that just keeps getting hit over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and then it breaks, you typically get that waterfall type failure. So this was a great short if you got the 220. I was talking about it right here, so it had already started to fall, but that was one of my Queen of the Mountain trades. So the Russell was definitely weak today. Dow eked out green just barely, going sideways. Banks, they did great today, and that helps the Dow. VIX, we had some early green this morning, but that went away pretty fast. Fear has exited stage right again, and we've lost our lows. Bitcoin needs to get its act together. We were looking for a daily higher low, and this is typically the area to scout that, but where are you? Bulls have got to show the whites of their eyes, and they're not. This is not the kind of bull volume that's going to push price up and change trends. Ethereum is in a worse spot. We are down almost 4% today. And we still have support of 25.36.49, but it is not secure. I would definitely not call it secure with this type of bearish. I mean, this is some pretty forceful bearish action. Speaking of forceful bearish action, the dollar can't get out of its own way. So we hit 100.514, and we had 100.617. So we broke this monthly support by 10 cents. Very weak. We had consumer confidence around this time, and I don't know what about consumer confidence made this drop so big. Gold went from red to green. We're having a potential hourly bull flag. Bulls are finally taking advantage of the dollar weakness. We have a double top right now at 25.63, 25.61. I'll be monitoring that dollar weakness. It is really, really weak. Oil, we had a double top, potential hourly bear flag, inventory tomorrow. So on the daily, we're looking for a lower high. We have the daily 50 MA overhead. We have a daily double top. So you're looking for a lower high, and 4-hour got overbought, and then we had that double top. So that's why I've been calling out the short this morning on the pregame and the open house. This was a pretty decent short here. But we have API estimates after hours today at 4:30, and we have inventory tomorrow. All right, SMH. SMH really led the way once NVIDIA started bouncing. We of course see both sides of it. We see profit taking into NVIDIA earnings tomorrow, and then we also see FOMO. Wait a minute, I want to be part of a big move, so I'm going to buy. So we see profit taking and we see people FOMO buying in. So kind of see a big rush of everything. But NVIDIA has the AI market, chip market, from my understanding, pretty cornered. So it'll be interesting to see what they report tomorrow, and it'll give us good insight into the overall market economy. So SMH closed pretty strong today, and NVIDIA was able to, it broke through the low of Monday and it was able to recover. We closed with potential 15-minute head and shoulders, but this looks good. No problems here. SMCI, Hindenburg Research released a report, and when they hit $500 in pre-market here, they started buying that dip. So they were still down 2.6%, but you have to admit that's a pretty impressive bounce. Apple today was strong. We closed green. Apple has a nice squeeze on the 4-hour. It'll be interesting to see how this resolves. And we have resistance up here in the 228s. We hit 228.85 today, and then the next resistance is 230, then 231.53. But again, this was a nice squeeze on Apple and nice close. Tesla was weak, definitely gets the Bear Award for today. Had a hard time getting above VWAP. This still looks like a daily potential inverse head and shoulders here. Actually, I can draw it. Magnet kind of makes drawing a little bit difficult, but there you go. Potential daily inverse head and shoulders. We would need to stop in this area to get the symmetry. Symmetry isn't required on head and shoulders, but for me, I like the way that it looks. So we're falling below this 214.71 level over here. So it'll be interesting to see if bulls can hold the daily 200 MA and bounce. XLF, new all-time high. There's nothing bearish about new all-time highs. Nothing. We have a double top on healthcare by 4 pennies at the all-time high. And XLC got a new all-time high today. Just by 8 cents, but it's a new all-time high nonetheless. So communications, they've been doing great. Crypto is getting run over by the bears. This little rising wedge, these little higher highs not getting followed through. It's finally falling over here on coin. Your next support below 194.10 is 191.21. Not a good looking chart. Trying to find a time frame. I mean, a weekly higher low is possible. 4-hour got, yeah, I can't find a time frame I like. Mara, we've got this trend line. You can see this line right here. I like to draw trend lines when they're so obvious my 8-year-old nephew could find it. Those are I want it obvious, because if I'm trying to figure it out, then other traders are trying to figure it out. If you can see it from Mars, then that's a trend line. So we had a trend line break today. This will be interesting to see if it holds tomorrow. If crypto is bouncing, maybe Mara can get up off the floor. But I would use reverse back burners on this and short hourly overbought until it stops working. I mentioned AMC last week. I still like this chart, and I don't like this name. I'm not a meme trader in general. I love this squeeze and this tight range. And so I'm just looking for range expansion, preferably bullish. We'll see, because I would like to play the long commons. I don't want to play options because the premiums are juiced. But this is just really one tight squeeze. And the other name I wanted to bring to your attention, Gurn. Hunter from the pregame show brought this one up, and it has a nice equilibrium, and we broke the equilibrium bullish by 3 pennies today, but we came back inside that range real quickly, and we have a big squeeze. So I want to watch this one for a daily higher low compared to 442. I think this is a very, very interesting chart, and these little small cap biotech names, they can have a mind of their own if they get a news catalyst. All right, that is it for the market recap for August 27th.